see how these things turn out. Well, no, you can't eat these. So smart that you start getting dumb. That's the wrong people now. Animals, you ain't getting it from me, little turd butt. And you got the nerve to sit back and lick your nuts, huh? Get your ass up. Get your ass up. It's morning time, man.
Wells Fargo.
Every time I go live, give me my $1 billion, Wells Fargo, motherfuckers. Get my $1 billion goddamn dollars, punk motherfucker, faggot, fake Jew, half-breed, Sephardic motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. You want to have one of your fake ass businessmen come talk to me with they fake ass shit. You owe me goddamn couple of million anyway. Come up off the shoot. Get your ass up. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. No, this is that shit that these motherfuckers are putting out. They're gonna be held accountable. All these motherfuckers are gonna be held accountable. There ain't no way they can run. No way they can run, no way they can hide. There's no way they can run, no way they can hide. Even past the Arctic Wall. No way. Talking about big shit this morning. All these stupid ass people. That's a bitter. Let me turn this fan on too. I like the fan on. Fire is on. Yep. Good shit. You gotta take it on and dust it. Let's get a little bit more water in that humidifier. Top it all the way off. I know you like the humidifier because you be laying right beside it. You weird, huh? Up there in the bed. I knew you pooed it, you nasty motherfucker. You. I was like, damn, my ex-wife, what the fuck? And I was smelling myself, and I took a cold shower right before I got into bed. Get your head from off of that. I'm just topping it off. You can lay beside. I'm turning it back on. And you pooed it, motherfucker. You pooed it. Boy, you supposed to fart, nigga. Alexander, you supposed to fart. All that pooting shit. The fuck? Get off of there before you spill it. You wanted to go in? You ain't. Your head might fit, but then I had to break out the torch and cut the damn thing off or something and get it off from your big ass head. You look like you're smiling at me. Okay, yeah, I'm turning it back on now. All right, put it on low. You like that, don't you? I know, Papa. Look, I'm not giving you no more of those because they're making you poop like you got concrete up in there when I clean it, man, every few mornings. What the fuck? Yo, what's going on? Yeah, I had to get my Chris on. I know people say my yeah, I know. It's ain't nothing wrong with my hair. It's like the, you know. First, I want to read. Well, let me mention some things right quick. Yesterday reading, I enjoyed it a lot. I went back and read a few things over, and you know, when I'm tired, I'm not gonna make no excuses. When I'm tired, because I don't feel I have to, but I want to say another language, like when you're learning languages, especially to understand them. And you learn, like I was learning the Navajo language. I still have books, and I still practice with certain. And all the older women, they always come to me, yeah, they lie, you know. And then, but they don't call me Zuni. No, that's a new word. It's derogatory. It's not derogatory, but it can be. But I'm not your black, you know. And I had to clarify that. And it took other Navajos who served in the military to afford their ignorant ass relatives who haven't came out the corner works of their little fake society over the last 160 years. Dead ass serious. Anywho, so I'm not gonna say your name because you know I'm embarrassed, but I get good questions. Now I know I got a ton of questions on my tablet. I just haven't feel like going back to read them because I keep adding new ones. But this one I thought was very important. Somebody is talking about religious thing about, well, what about Catholic from TikTok? Pelican lady, she sent me a message. She saw my Gmail on there and over here, and she says, "What about consecration?" Woman, your religion is one of the worst ones there is. I don't even see how people stand there talking about they Catholic because the fake people in the Vatican and which is not the Vatican believe that they've eradicated that knowledge of truth. Ma'am, your people did the worst thing than more so than anybody, even when they came to this fucking land. I says, you know what? Consecration. That's about that's a blood sacrifice ritual. There ain't nothing of no creator. I says, you know what boggles my mind with you religious people? What makes you think that the creator will want you to know how to call that motherfucker's name if the name exists? Because I don't believe a name is an entitlement, as we have been made to believe here, because they've taken that and they misconstrued everything with paper. Like right now, majority, 90% of the land patents are Negro. And these motherfuckers are holding with a death grip, even those of us who've seen them. And these fake banks built on our wealth and yours as a good subservient slave who was freed up. And that's a whole nother story. And yeah, I think I typed even more than that, you know, sending it back to her. But I'm just clarifying it here. And I says, I know that you believe in your heart you're good, but see, that's where you're good at. It's not some outside source. It was always in you. Why is it that y'all get into these religions and you don't read your fucking bibliography? It's based upon the way we live. I don't give a how anybody want to see. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you've been living in the sticks and you learn how to play a banjo like our people did on the porch, and you think that's your shit and making hooshta, which we showed you motherfuckers in the goddamn 1910s. And then really got loose and started stealing that shit in the 1930s. Jack Daniels, goddamn Wild Turkey, all that shit our ancestors made. So anyway, I says it's amazing that it's so easy to graft y'all into shit and then have a generation or two believe that it's their shit. I said, you people, I said, ma'am, I don't ever want to hear, if you're going to be Catholic and actually practice it. That means read, travel. If you're afforded the time with the way shit's going right now. But other than that, I don't want to know your religion. Like Legion. It's like how did that guy break it down? I don't do that all the time. It's like a reenactment of something by a legion of those who was never meant for to reenact something that belonged to somebody else. That's all it is. And then to consummate it with actions of fear and terror to make everybody obedient to it, to which the children will be taught and never obscured from it, never told otherwise, and then they will grow up believing in it. That's how this shit came to be. You take enough people and you put a pyramid thing like this tall, and you sit there smiling at another man to the pale skins, and you want to go up in his no-nos, you know what I'm saying? You want to get up on the back and groom the brush, the thickest of his hair on his back. No, they had this little thing where they wrap your hands up behind your back, like in that contorted, those people double jointed. My brother used to do that. I could have been, but I didn't do that stuff. I didn't practice doing that when I could. I said, Mama, my arm out. She said, baby, your arm out. You double jointed. Well, I ain't doing that no more because it didn't feel good. And my shit tightened up where I can't pull my arms over my head no more. Yeah, I was doing it when I was a kid, y'all. I was taking my hand behind my back, flip, 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 all through the leg and all that. It didn't feel good to me. But anywho, right? And they hang your feet up so where your booty and your hands and the way you sitting look like a messed up summer breeze rocking beach chair. And they lower you with the weight of your body for 4 or 5 days. And they let you slide down between the taint. That's why I taint that and I taint that. Things that you should know how to operate and utilize, but we're dealing with a perversion now. So anywho, when it comes to Catholicism, Pentecostal, I don't care what it is. Some of the thumb screw, that was used all the way up until the 1960s and 70s, World War II, Vietnam. Come on, people. They racking boards between the legs. This is not what our people ever did. This is a straight up sickness. There is nothing normal. And then you think about, I read the book on boy, I'm gonna tear your ass up. I will tear your ass from the center to the splinter. Calm down real quick. Let me go and fix that over there. Don't get your run on, but don't you ever jump off on my... I should be there anyway, but I got to vacuum your kibbles and bits, all right? Don't jump off on that thing like you Spider-Man. What the heck you doing, boy? But I got to talk smack because he respects that. Anyway, no, I don't. The things that were utilized. And then they came here and all that selling witch trial bullshit. I had this pale skin reach out. It was one of my great aunties. Oh, great aunts. Shut up. You weren't even in this country, nigga. Because I asked them 2 questions. And I said, oh, so your family really arrived around 1917, 20, between 17 and 25. Yeah. Then why are you saying the selling witch trials that took place around the 1700s? Up into the 1800s. There was Negroes, Negresses. They were afraid of Haiti and everything else, and they were afraid of that happening here that was happening in so many places like Cuba and Panama and everywhere else. And they had to murder, literally blow these women up. You know nothing about this, do you? Murder the children to tell the women to be silent. And they would murmur and chant, and the people would drop dead. These pale skins and these niggas from Europe, fake ass new age made people would drop dead on the battlefields. There's old stories in Texas and everywhere. But nobody wants to see it because they were bombing them. They were shrapnel. That's what those things were created for. And they would blow up. Ain't no Mongol. It's funny how you have these new age brothers and sisters, they'll learn sooner or later, who are talking about the Asians. First of all, you have the Jomon of the island of Anu. And you have the Anu people during the period of the Jomon. They had hair like my afro, like big wavy hair that when it goes real long and hangs like Jimmy Fly Snooker, like, you know what I'm saying? And I says, and they didn't have slanted eyes. I have a ton of pictures. Their eyes were like mine. And some people say, well, yours are kind of slanted. Asiatic and slanted Down syndrome are 2 different goddamn things. I says, and I have shallow sockets. And that's through stress and child abuse. I know some people are born that way, and it is genetic. But through the stress of me afraid to close my eyes and everything else, regardless of what I was told by these damn doctors. Anywho, right? There's pictures that still exist. When people want to get in the phenotype, even the descriptions of the bones here and the narrative painted on the walls is totally separate from those people still are wanting to argue and fight for an ancestry that doesn't belong to them. And they have a hard time accepting, but they want to accept it in their families as if it's going to make them better, to which is a lie. They don't want to accept the fact that these monkeys did it to them. You can't get to the origin of the problem, which I'm always conveying and conversing in, but you can't get to the origin of the problem if people don't accept the truth, because they're having a hard time letting go of the reality of the world they live in. You're not indigenous to this fucking land, Native Americans. The term Native American truly doesn't apply to you. I already told you, you have an issue with accepting the fact of coming from the greater Tartary. This is the Republic Tartary, which none of you know. And if any of your damn great-great-great-grandparents knew this truth, they should have in the 1800s, they would have known this. But they didn't. I didn't read, I had to circumvent to see if it was real in a book, to which it was, because my great-grandma and my great-great-uncles I thought were fucking crazy. See, that's the indifference. Son against the mother and the father. Doesn't matter how you want to express it. All right? And we see that today. The sickness is what they need. Consecration is ritualistic. The blood and the fucking body. What monkey would accept some goofy shit like what God, for those who have a hard time discerning the etymology of the word God, and they want to apply it to something greater than they can even imagine. All right, this is not saying something greater doesn't exist of all creation. I in the beginning. It's not dismissing that. It's not accepting the plagiarism and the perversion that everybody runs around with, cutting off each other's head, doing blood sacrifices, eating meat, and all the other dumb shit you do. I ate 3 different burgers for the last 2 days, right? I wanted to see which one would cause the problem. And they're all by fake-ass Jewish motherfuckers. The Wahlburger was the only one that didn't give me too many problems, but got my knees sore. No fucking good. That's right, Mark Wahlberg, fake Jewish motherfucker who's with Dave, you know, the guy with the babies and all that, the movie, Chevelle, who did the Christ. He ain't a good guy either. And then the other one is the Werner, the ones that come with the 4 burgers, look all pink looking. I ate one of those and gave them to my fucking neighbors. I just hit him on the grill. That motherfucker had my elbows hurting and all kind of shit. And then there's another one. I want y'all to guess what burger that is. No, not from a restaurant. I made this one with a certain meat. One of the best meat, if you wanted to eat meat going around, and that's that bison. Shit I used to eat. Never had no issue. That shit had me cramping like a motherfucker. I'm here to tell y'all, it's not just the fast food restaurants. It's all these motherfuckers are in league because they're paid and told to put shit in there. And I'm here to tell you, go and get it tested if you can. If you have somebody you can get it tested from. Now, some of y'all eating and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But me, I overcome it. Cold showers, deep breathing. I don't believe that shit has any power. And I don't sit there and mitigate a false return in thought or conceptualism. I look at it and I say, bitch, that's what the fuck they got to offer. Just like that. And it's done. If I feel a sharp pain in my knee, right, what I do is I breathe and go, nigga, and I keep moving and it's gone. Sharp pain, I guarantee you, if I put it in somebody else, they'll fucking go to the floor. See, y'all don't get, when I say pain, I think some of you motherfuckers think y'all super something, and you ain't even you super settled is what you is. You haven't even walked into your truth. When my back, in the morning, when I got to get up, right, there are mornings because I don't eat or anything, and so my body's doing a reset. I'm going to read something to you out of the Science of the Sacred Secretion. And there are days when I get up, and I roll over because I sleep on my back most of the time, but the days that I sleep on my left side or my right side, get into that perennial, that nurturing, and I'll curl up because it's important. There's a connection, especially when you're so high off the ground and you're on synthetics and stuff like that. It's to encompass myself, to cocoon myself, not in thought, but there's a reason to everything. I can't just say it here because they're looking for this stuff. You need to walk into this truth. And when I get up, my back does not want to allow my lower legs to function. What do? Get up. Walk right into the bathroom. Urinate. Smell, make sure my urine's not over ammonia size or, things that are unnatural because of the air. It's moisture in the air. You need to remember that. And you're not working in a place to have a petri dish, scope, and all that to see, to be able to grasp it and to be able to analyze it. So you don't know that because they're not telling you that. I'm sharing that with you now. So maybe you can find something in research that can antiquate that. But whatever pain that I have, I give it to somebody else and I guarantee you they'll fall. They won't want to walk. They'll stop. I know somebody says, I've had pain. There you go. This is not a competition. I'm stating this from me being a benefactor of knowing and knowledge and circumventing with all these little fake ass doctors and all these other monkeys and people who have been in the physical therapy places where I've been. I've been to plenty of physical therapy places just to get my foot walking straight again, all that stuff. All right. Before I accepted who I was and attempting to mitigate this stuff with all these different things until I started reaching back into my Tai Chi and meditation. The pain's still there. But you know what? Like I said, high tolerance, you can go beyond that. Does it mean you can repair it? If we had a community and we had about our own little greenhouses we were growing stuff in, about 1,000 acres, and all of us, we could have had that a year ago. But you motherfuckers are stubborn and stupid. But yeah, you are. You are. And now it's getting down to the wire, and everybody's like, let's get it done, let's get the land and do it. You fucking people are stupid. Your last minute, jump at your Jehoshaphat. You don't know how to listen to anything. Anywho, we could have took care of each other and been 1,000% better, even created an environment to breathe with some of us who know how to design and create things that boggle your fucking mind. And everything would have been better. You would have been able to enjoy it. But no, that's not the case. Y'all like wallowing in your displeasure and your pain. All of you. And so-called fake white people, you're not white. I'm so tired of that dumbass term. Because you damn sure ain't better than us. You damn sure ain't over us. That is a fact. I can lay that out just with invention books that I have, historical books, references on war, combat, how our people never got breaks or R&R until recently because everybody's damn near mitigated almost the same, almost. And I look at all that and my uncles and how they were still so pissed off while my father became a bank robber and everything that was going on. And I could see the interference and the breakdown. My people, shut the fuck up. Your people ain't go through half the shit our people did since the motherfucking fake ass Revolutionary War. Crispus Attucks, have y'all seen this stuff? Even I did a little spew on him. Motherfucker wasn't from Africa. You motherfuckers are from Africa. The history is a damn lie because most people there was a European Negroes or you consider Moors. And the blackface were the people who were attempting with charcoal and mud to attempting at night to make it look like as if like the people running around with the Gucci suits talking about the cops were underground operators. That's why I told you about the certain organizations, the ones you will never hear about, all right? Cobra and all these different groups, all right? Who are the best special forces motherfuckers all around the world who work here in this country and other ones doing shit you have no idea about, dressing up. Well, we need to go out and get this low rider. We need to go out and perform the duties. If we got killed, it's fine. They'll come and clean us up. Nobody will know we existed. And shoot motherfuckers to keep fights going on in Chicago, Detroit, and all this, and all these goofy niggas who think they know everything, running their mouths, and even in pale-skinned communities, the same goddamn thing. But when I learned that 90% of these motherfuckers that have been lynched, and including the pale-skins were only lynched because they're related to us, the ones that were lynched with us, they ain't come from fucking Europe. And they murdered as many of them as us, if not some more. When I found out that none of them committed, that there's books on it, that none of them committed the shit that they were being murdered for, but these people have recently got off the fucking boat and they wanted to continue doing the killing like they were doing over there. See, this is what you motherfuckers don't know. The sins of the father. That means you motherfuckers are living. Some of you, if you're in the same house you've been in for about 100 years, probably in the basement somewhere, walled up in the wall, some of you got in a mason jar or some container. Some of our ancestors, knuckles, knees, toes, foot, fucking face, half eye dried up. You got it in your fucking homes, and you fucking know it. And you want to run around here because you've been getting sloppy-doppy from a Negro on one side of the order or the other, female or male, and you think that it's all right because I got some grandbabies and great-grand. That don't mean a goddamn thing. See, you know what atone means? To atone? Literally what it really means, but what it means in this time? See, you worried about what they're doing? About this fake-ass government wanting to shut down? Them motherfuckers are trying to get the fuck up out of here. You stupid sons of bitches. You see who's in charge of most of the landlords of the rent? You're not paying the fuck attention, but you wouldn't listen beforehand. And some of your paper was going, but yeah, but you know, we got this land. You're the dumbest motherfuckers. And you think some brothers and sisters who will be fighting their ass off that survive is going to help you monkeys? And then you worthless niggas and you sell out motherfuckers from Europe when you see the motherfuckers you've been working with turn on your ass? Okay. Maybe it might not jump off that way at first. But it happens like that all the time. It's scripted. And that's for the people who don't study that, because none of y'all study that. None of y'all study that. So your religions, as far as I'm concerned, I respect Muslims more than I do anybody. Fake Jews, I have zero respect for you motherfuckers for how you created a new religion, you perverted everybody, and you fucked everybody up. You can take that and our way of life and how we walked it. You can take that and you won't debate me, trust me. I'm not even saying a tenth of the knowledge I have. It's not even in no fucking book. You know, when ex-rabbis who got tired, you motherfuckers want to excommunicate, y'all don't even do that, but you know what I'm saying. When you sit with them and they give you the whole spiel like, nigga, you did what? And I'm sitting there just, I got to keep the fucking, you know, the whole gas face like I'm surprised, not surprised, but, and what? And then what I learned from the 90, 87, 85-year-old Masons, Edinburgh, Scotland, who are Ashka-fucking-Nazi. And then a senior chief and a first-class good friend of mine. See, when you walking a certain walk, and I'm not even throwing my uncles in there in Brooklyn, New York. When you walk a certain line and you know something, and then you've seen it over and over, and it's not periodically. And they say, no, it can't be like that, but you know there's a lot of them who are not bad. I have an appreciation for them, and a respect. But it's not just there, it's motherfuckers here too. South America's full of the fucking idiots. They don't understand what the fuck they doing, even though they are occupiers. Not all, but quite a bit of them. Some of them just want to live a normal life and enjoy it, and I respect them. Regardless of ignorance or not, I respect them who just want to live a fucking life. But there are those who are cooperators, who knew how to initiate and create the chaos, who are paramount to the paramilitary organizations that do the dumb shit, and people don't even know how to rise above the occasion, and when they do, it's short-lived. And then all of a sudden they become corrupt. Well, how the fuck that work? Well, you have insiders. You have a de-appreciation for what you really appreciated, which was life. And now you have this de-appreciation for it and a new appreciation because of bloodletting. Any bloodletting, anytime you get involved, people, let me tell you something. If you're still alive, it will become second nature to you and you won't hesitate. There are many of you who will never kill nobody. And I don't advocate violence because it's not the way of you. But the moment it happens, you will choose one way or the other. There's two directions. And it'd be perverse. Because you on the good side, you'll still have that and it'll hunt you. On the bad side, you wasn't really equipped. You were ill-equipped. And it will permeate. What we call absolute power does not mean real power. The absolute power means how it consumes you. Look into that yourself. I'm not here to break all this shit down to you. So everybody's walking around on my ancestral soil. Earth. It's funny how they sit here once you call, you know. I was thinking about this yesterday. They want you to be on a planet, a globe, spinning through the atmosphere and through some kind of fucking space, whatever, vacuum, all this retarded shit. And because you don't know no better, they want you to single out, participate in the division. When I say earth, it means the water, the dirt, the everything. To every fucking place. While you little goofies are running around, I'm in Africa, don't even know the origin of your people, where it started from, but you have these hypothetics. But it's the enemy that knows, has a clue. Even they're kept in a distance because they need to be stuck where they're at so they won't change. They got to be held accountable, even though it's known in the aethers. Then there's no escape. Some of them feel like, well, let's just blow it all up. Oh, you had all that much fun that we just want to destroy it, huh? Kill yourself. Anyway, right? Well, that's what it's going to lead down to. But anyway, regardless of what motherfuckers think, paranormal armies going to change things that they shouldn't be fucking with, as if they really are going to stop the existence of something, working beside things that you would bring into question, if plausible. Absolute power is reading it somewhere where others aren't, and believing that is, and saying we're willing to seek other things, and you perverted everything. You are not permitted or allowed to see the things greater, other than possibly having a plausible knowledge of said such. But the other part, to infer or believe that no. It's beyond the fucking scope of what you think. And some of them think they have a period of time where they can change it and manipulate it. That's absolute power, even in its perversion. That's not power. That's like saying I'm an alpha and I'm a sigma. Nigga, I'm masculine. You don't see no monkey and no male giraffe bobbing necks, heads and shit, and hippopotamus run you up out of there, and the elephant trample your ass down, or a lion, hyenas, or anything silverback talking about I'm sigma and alpha. They don't even sit there going, I'm a monkey, giraffe, and they exist. See, the difference between you and all of them is they have order still, though they're being affected some same as us. But you, motherfucker, supposed to be the smartest motherfuckers walking the earth, and you can't even consummate the truth with the false narratives you've been allowed to live in. That's some sick shit. I call that not just redundantly stupid, but dumber than a motherfucker. Let me read this to y'all. No, I just have a whole lot of stuff in here for my grandmas and my Grammys and good friends and people from the NFL I know and all that other stuff. Yeah, we all know somebody, right? So anyway, I want to go over something again. I want y'all to really pay attention, okay? When I saw me reading this, I read this part to you. So first, the signal was released from the claustrum. It passed the pineal and pituitary, where charged chemicals were added to the CSF. This mix then traveled down the spine, increasing further in charge and vibration until it reached the end of the spine. Here, most of the fluid's charged chemicals are given up to support the normal functioning of the human body. Remember I was talking about the day before and the day after my year that I came into existence physically here, supposedly, what I do at that period of time to readapt and recharge. You can do it more than just the day that you came into this world. Y'all call it your birthday. Now you only have one. I don't know why you keep some relevant. You know, I had somebody actually send me a message about, that's one of the things I was going to tear that motherfucker up. Talking about, well, yeah, we celebrate it every year. You're denying yourself the reality to live longer because you're consummating this factor with death unknowing and unwittingly. Our ancestors didn't worry about how old the fuck they were. Only person that needs to worry about how old you are is to see how long they need you to fucking live. A question of relativeness to how long have you lived? What's your existence? Stop being so pragmatic in your level of stupidity. Celebrate the fucking year. You came here once, you're gonna lead this motherfucker another way. Like, live. Like, really live. And not live by what they dictated. Rent, water, all that shit didn't exist in the 17 fucking hundreds. And if anybody wants to say it's talking about, but in this book, do it, shut the fuck up. The traders, fur traders, that existed on other lands because they already perverted that. You read who, you saw when I read who were the money changers and established these banks and shit, right? These Ashkenazi fucktards. And they little has-been half-breed monkeys who still parrot, I don't care how dark or light they are, who still panda with them. Eventually the sacral pump. The sacral pump forces this fluid back up the spinal. You know when you walk on the hills The spinal column in a regular rhythmic motion between the occiput and the sacrum pumps. This is where it begins its return journey, like Christ is ascending. Increasing in vibration, back up the spine, the fluid passes the body's 33rd vertebrae, Jacob's ladder. Christ was 33 when crucified. So it's a reset, right? And risen, right? Past the medulla, and pons, the brainstem, cerebellum, right? And the vagus nerves. You know how the vagus nerves, okay. Responsible for communicating with the body's organs, particularly the heart and the lungs. What's the main place they want to attack? Just really stop you and shut you down. Even Simeon Motoko, the last time he was killed, they cut his heart out. They thought he was dead. He got up and he still had the scar, for real. And he said, "Can you please give that back?" But these people are sick because they kept attempting to kill him when he kept coming back. And he said in the end, when the little midget twat motherfucker flipped that 33-ton truck, the Dutch, that's when they left. It's funny how they left when that happened, around a period of time. It says, but next time, those who come are not going to be nice. And these monkeys want to keep playing like they're really going to be able to fight them, not knowing that they don't come from this realm, all the realms around us. All that they've been told, don't believe it. It's a lie. Because only certain individuals are allowed to mitigate. And they don't exist. The oil in the crucified, anyway, as you said, the heart and lungs, right? The oil in the crucified, which actually means increased in power, by the optic chiasma, the nerves from the eyes that are shaped like a cross. Yes, the nerves in the eyes, they're shaped like a cross. In order to power up its vibration before it enters the lateral ventricle, the tomb covered by white sheet known as the septum pellucidum. Go pull up, you can see what a real heart looks like. Remember that big white part on it? Yeah. Where it sits dormant for 2.5 days, conserving the energy and increasing its vibration. That's by doing certain exercises that I express. Even cloud hands from Tai Chi, and getting focused. And you don't have to be all squatted and breaking your knees and getting your gluteus maximus all tight. You can actually be standing or sitting in a chair. As long as you feel the rhythm, and this is blood flowing. It's best to be on your feet because pumping your heels helps with pumping, as was stated earlier, as far as the sacrum pumps, or the occiput, the occiput and sacrum pumps. It is this point of the process that we call the preservation stage. And during these days of preservation, the chemicals within the fluid are vulnerable to being consumed by the blood and inhibited before reaching their full potential. Peep this. In brackets. What's left of the secretion is pumped back up to the center of the brain. Here, it rests for 2.5 days, increasing its charge. The pineal is where? Around in here, right? Center of the head, right? Well, in the brain. Somewhere around there. It's a little pineal, okay? Pineal, however you want to pronounce it. Scientific observations as well as brain imaging techniques show that brain activity depends on the physiological people. That means your well-being. Okay? And behavioral states of a person. That means psychological. See, psychology is bullshit. Sociology is based on a real construct. But physiology, so they keep that weak. They keep you ignorant. So that way when you get into, this is the behavioral, you see the behaviors that are going on right now? That's mental degradation. No spiritual infusation, even though they might speak on it, is no more than words. Because they are divided. So now they can establish a new world order and subjugate you because you are not who you are. We keep thinking that it's about nanobites and this, that. They've been poisoning you with forever chemicals and everything. So you're not who you always were, but you can change it. But you can't change it if you're not mentally capable and able and aware. Every fucking body. I don't care if you live on a ranch and you got your own cows and your lambs and sheep. all them buzzards and worthless ass meat. Want to eat liver raw and all that other dumb shit. That's killing you fast too. Stupid motherfuckers. Because you know somebody's going to come and say that with these goofy ass doctors. I'm a carnivore. Oh, somebody else will shut the fuck up. They're not attempting to reach a certain dynamic in life. They're so worried about all the elements. Some of these doctors are fucking fool. But anyway, they don't care. It's working for them because they're still in their fucking youth. We know historically there are those who live to be 90 and 100 years old, but they didn't have all these phthalates and chemicals and all these FD yellows and shit they've been making every fucking month. Every fucking week there's something new you don't know about. Fructose, tapioca syrups, and this, that, and all this new shit. You think that shit's just not natural. But because they're taking it from the natural source, I know natural flowers and plants that'll have your ass stuck. Don't need no goddamn chemical action, something that perverts and break down your natural DNA. And yet, and still, because you're so divided, because you're complicit with it, you're broken. You have a hard time changing because of fear. But why do you have fear if you've never done it? And then when you know that you do, it's like going to a job or an interview. You walk in there and already you're telling yourself, God damn it, I'm probably not get this job. I'm not out the park. You're already weakening your own defense. You have marginalized yourself to where you won't get the fucking job. But some of you know you get the job because you know you're prepared for it. You walk in there and yet hypothetically you still have this thing behind you. That false absolute power that's doing a reckoning on you, fucking it up for you, but you get the job, but then you get in the job and then you realize it's not what you like because it was never meant for you. But you stay there because you got mouths to feed. So you consummated the relationship with the lie inadvertently, but subjugating yourself and everything around you while the stress raised. This is chemical division. This is chemical delusion. This is chemical saturation, no matter how you want to look at it, and it is chemically destroying your ass. Natural order taken out by unnatural order when the natural order is stronger than the natural order. Now, anyway, behavioral states of a person. For example, if a person feels stressed, then their brain perceives this as an immediate threat. Remember we were talking about, we read this before, I want to reiterate it. Without reconciling or recognizing, I say reconciling, but recognizing whether that threat is a tiger or a death. A tiger or a death. This activates the flight or fight, freeze response. Y'all seen it before. When a person is stuck in this state, the brain has to focus its energy on dealing with that immediate threat, manifesting as constant worry, stomach butterflies, mood swings, etc. Because you can't focus the energy. You haven't been trained and nurtured up to a point to be able to take that energy and focus it. You know, they have to have an adrenaline dump in the boxing ring. I used to hate that. Because you walk in too overconfident, but you haven't trained. You get in there and the guy swaps you one, you're a little daisy, but then you reset your calibration and you realize, okay, you can take the hit. But it was fear and that adrenaline that was allowing you to stumble around until you realize, set the jab up and go into the body, unless homeboy just takes advantage of the fact that he doesn't have it and you do, and just wallops your ass to lullaby land. Consequently, it has no energy left for growth and repair. So what does that mean when we're talking about here? When a person is stuck in this state, the brain has to focus its energy on dealing with that immediate threat. Blinders on, channel, what do they call it? Tunnel vision. Not a good thing. But anyway. Manifesting as constant worry, stomach butterflies, and mood swings. Ladies. Well, shit, men today, because I don't, you know. Maybe I should leave the gender thing alone. Some of y'all might be in a relationship with that shit. Anyway, consequently, it has no energy left for growth and repair. So say they. Instead, the brain must increase the production of hormones that will provide the body with a higher chance of immediate survival, such as adrenaline and cortisol, to which cortisol can be very beneficial. That's the reason why it's made. But then it can cause a breakdown of tissue. Note, studies show that the higher the levels of the cortisol in the body, the lower the levels of melatonin. For many people, this threat can loom over for months on end, leaving the body in a state of panic and sickness. That means pain, stress, and all that stuff. Because we give space to rent for that shit. Though the body reacts, you got to remember that it's being broken out. You have to overcome it. Best way you can. Some, by changing their diet, meat is the worst thing for it. How you think gout comes around? This, that, another. Oh, yeah, salt and all this other boofy shit. They'll believe it. They'll say anything because there is nothing that they taught in school or anything else to make you believe it. But James, you just did, I had to see. I told you I do this for your fucking benefit. I'll be fine. It's you monkeys who go out there and you keep eating this shit, and I keep saying, it ain't no big thing, but you got to make sure that you incorporate this, that, and other. I've said that numerous times. But preferably, we would never, I've done read 3 times, we would never no real fucking flesh-eating motherfuckers. That weakens you. Anyway, changes in behavioral states which have a direct impact on physiology requires a complex rearrangement of neural activity. You know how to do that? Didn't I tell you start focus on the right side of the right hemisphere of your brain? I actually think we use it, but I believe we use both. I just believe that both of them at a very low level, and one mitigates another and change the response, because I've seen people who've had the left side of their brain blown off and they still walking and talking with the right. So could that infer the fact that some of the stuff they put down is a directive to give direction to make you feel otherwise? All I know is that with me, I had to focus on the right side of my hemisphere of my brain, because I remember I had Bell's palsy that's passed down genetically from one side of the family that is not of this land. We had a hard time doing the figuring. But if you look at historically, it wasn't nobody from Hindustan. Could it be from the Ashkenaz blood? Well, it's starting to be believed that before my 2 uncles, those who married into my family, going back 5 generations, there were others the women were dealing with. So it could be in there. It could be in there. So this is something we've looked at. But also, it could be in these as well. And see, I got a plethora of those when I went into the military. Different from Vietnam. In some case studies in Hindustan, it could be relegated to that. I'm not saying it's fact or fiction. I am just alluding to the fact of pointing these things out. Anyway, changes in behavioral states which have a direct impact on physiology. So your mental will fuck with your physiology. You know what I'm saying? When your adrenaline get pumping and you don't know what to do with that adrenaline, and it feels like you're going into a damn anxiety attack or panic attack, you shut down and curl up because you don't know how to use that expression and fucking running and climbing over a parkour or some shit, or swinging with everything until you just can't no more. And then by that time, if they eat you up or whatever the fuck they're gonna do, it's done. It requires a complex rearrangement of neural activity. How can you have positive neural activity when you're at such a low level and you've accepted where you're at as if that's the only place, other than what somebody else gives you or tell you, like I'm doing now? But yet I'm telling you for the benefit of you to raise your awareness and consciousness, because it's important. But you ain't going to do it eating dead fucking things with a whole lot of amoebas and worms, even though you're comprised of 36,000 and a plethora over that, other than the things in your lung, your silica, and all that other shit. They get you washing with chemicals. You know what those chemicals are doing? They're getting in your pores. Biggest pores are on your feet, right? And then you get you them soaps. You see what they put in them soaps? You got the phthalates, 6 or several different kinds in the fucking tap water. Ain't nobody pissing that shit in there. They've been putting it in there. Y'all got to be smarter than that. But you don't want to be. You still want to be divided and separated, arguing about race and ethnicity and crayon colors. All you motherfuckers outside of America, besides the Negro here, and all the motherfuckers in Africa who aren't aware because they're too stupid, because they're still learning from us and thinking they're some great thing. All the motherfuckers, they're all fucking mixed. And the few that still exist, they're too dumb to take it upon themselves to rise above the occasion. And the ones who aren't, it's just mouth service. Gum gapping. Neural activity during the rest, check this out. During the rest days of the preservation, the brain is given more energy to focus on rewriting the neurons, or rewiring or rerouting the neurons that control your behavior and physiology. Either three, that's all fine. You notice this language is a fuck language, so any three of those fit. Control your behavior and physiology for the better. That means you control your thoughts. Now, the hypothalamus part of the brain, which is responsible for signaling the release of hormones and regulating body temperature as well as preserving the oil, is strongly involved with these, the criticism, is strongly involved with these motivational state changes. Check this out. Simply put, the secretion needs protecting from death by negative emotions and related hormonal responses. Let me read it again. Simply, the secretion needs protecting. You have to protect it from death by negative emotions and related hormonal responses. So negative emotions and hormonal imbalances created by the diet, the fake pyramid, and all the shit they're doing with the food, that leads to death. It needs protection. You've got to protect yourself. You have. Fuck what I'm saying. This is only giving directions that may be plausible. I'm not saying factual, unless I say fact. After 2.5 days, once the oil leaves the hypothalamus, triggered by the moon energy leaving your biorhythmic sun energy, like vampire shit, the oil surrounds the brain, notably the pons. Okay? Check this out. Did you hear that? Leaving your notably the pons, but that's by the biorhythmic sun energy. Anyway, the pons are beside the medulla oblongata, another part of the brain that controls automatic functions such as breathing and digestion. Automatic, natural. Okay, and digestion. The gray matter of the upper brain vibrates stronger and faster when enough of the oil returns and anoints the pituitary and pineal glands. I forget, it's somewhere right in here. Okay, amplifying the alchemist type power of the electromagnetism. God damn it, in the brain. So it means that means it's chemicals. Remember I was talking about the scarab beetle? It don't fly. It releases chemicals from that hardened shell, and then those little flaps allow those chemicals to retract like ion energy from the Earth's natural ether. And what happens is the damn thing takes off. Have any of y'all went to look at that? Well, that's a fact. They don't fly. When this substance, preserved and saved within a nurturing body, returns to the glands, the switch is flipped and the DMT thermostat increases. At which point your senses are overtaken as it is reabsorbed and again into the veins. New blood is produced and dormant brain cells are reactivated or awakened by the higher potency of the chemically charged CSF. Additionally, this flow of CSF opens the thalamic gate, allowing the energy to move through the hypothalamus or the thalamus and access the reticular activating system. It is this system that is responsible for our levels of wakefulness. Now, at this point of return, you realign the natural chemistry of the body and all the millions of brain cells are activated. This arouses the neocortex, the front human part of the brain. Okay? You get THI, this can't function right because the doctors ain't going to tell you the right thing to do, and there's nobody naturally who's going to tell you about certain chemicals out there that can actually help, even in dreamscaping, to allow regeneration and repair that is on more further than just the physical. Because it doesn't make no money for them, and that's why I say most doctors are sadists of the body, and all the millions of brain cells are activated. This arouses the neocortex, right, the front of the human brain, which vibrates into higher brainwave patterns at a higher level. Once the preserved secretion is triggered to release, the human body vibrates higher. The body has upgraded and becomes whole or holy. Right now, all you motherfuckers unholy. Don't fucking argue with me. I didn't make this shit up. thick down there. I didn't put that much in this time. Okay, there we go. Put a little bit of different honey than that shit from Nate's. I told you, all these companies, all these motherfuckers are doing the worst they can, or they're doing it blindsided because certain chemicals are affecting animals or whatever, and they haven't really seen because, you know, they need a couple of deaths, and they're able to say, okay, we have to pull this from the shelf. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope y'all like that little morning hoo-ha-ha bullshitism and reality check. I got to get people stirred up, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I'm saying we have, hey, baby, we have chemicals that will take us up and away, but it's long time coming. Or is it? That's not questionable. You just got to accept the reality that everything that's been done has been to hamper and keep you down. You know, we believe that a big, fat, puffy face is natural. No, you need and I'm not talking about you motherfuckers smoking the whatever the fuck the shit says, right? I'm not talking about all that. See, that's just detrimental. That's just the body fighting to stay alive, and you further poison the motherfucker. But we are not supposed to be some fat, round-faced motherfuckers. As far as the description of us in America, we were always very broad. We have the high cheekbones. Nobody else has it. They have fat, round faces. They don't have high cheekbones. All right, there's a difference. Even the Twa has the same features as we do. All right. The other part is the hair. They believe that this they believe, and I'm not knocking on those of you who have wavy straight hair. It is a reality that exists, even on our soil with our people, without influence from some goddamn Ashkenazi fuck. We've always had it first, all right? But the reality is, it's the narrative to think that afros are supposed to be something. They don't have afros like us. Those of us that went over there have made people have afros like us, but not in origin, because I've got the pictures and the drawings. They don't have shit like we have. We're totally separate, different people. Related, but different. Totally. All right? So the people here, to make people think that Africa's only one fucking continent, shows that motherfuckers are retarded. And anybody running around with that new age shit, you ain't even worth talking or conversing with, because you're a dumb motherfucker. Now, you have flags and statues all over the earth showing you the original people of the fucking land, but because you come here to America, where they said the great American that's not called America, but experiment, I am tired of you retarded motherfuckers that don't even know about the land you live on, perversing like you did some great wars over here, and you went over the season, made wars and got your ass whooped, but you want to sit over here like you're some big fucking thing, and you ain't shit. Now they got enemies behind the gate, and you still running around that lucid with dumbass, you still following them dumbass racists to which a fucking Jew made? Them stupid motherfuckers where y'all talking about I can't stand the Ashkenaz and the Jew, when you are one and the fucking same, not really, but really? Unless you come from us, because a lot of motherfuckers that had Negro and Black changed their status around the goddamn 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to fucking today. Fuck with me and find out. I can't do nothing if your mammy don't know no better, but she ain't tell you the fucking truth. Run around your comfortable lie. That's to hit you on. Now you mongrels and mongrels, shut the fuck up, because you're one and the same. You are not original to this fucking land. You knew it, we all knew each other, but you come from the fuck over there. Right over here, when the Great Tartary fucking fell, it didn't fall like it fell over here at wars. A lot of it's still standing. But you saw in Crimea where they blew up one of the fucking buildings. That was on fucking purpose. That's how these monkeys move. And then they have the ones they subjugate and make them believe they're part of it. Look, we with fake papers and all that, you're highly trained, we need you, blah, blah, blah. And these stupid motherfuckers partake in it, believing there's something that they're not. Boy, this world is fucked up, bro. Every time I'm thinking about it, I'm sitting there laughing and giggling. Then they set up and they think that they're really fucked. Okay, anyway, right? Check this out. There's a lot of things in this world that majority of y'all don't know nothing about, right? And some of you don't need to know a goddamn thing, because you just fucking. But then those of you who you don't take the initiative to redirect and refocus, to clear your bad blood and reset it. And you make it worse. How many of y'all went out and had some drinks? Man, your blood's fucked up right there. Do you know how to cleanse it? A superficial cleanse, which is hurt, it helps. How many of y'all have been going out barefooted and grounding yourselves, hugging a fucking tree, touching the flowers. It don't matter about, and never think about the chemicals they're spraying. We always talk about, look, the aerosol, stop worrying about that. Because that is a worry. Some people say, well, I'm just expressing it. Expressing my ass, you're worried. You're litigating something and you're sharing it with other people who are not prepared and ready to be able to deal with it. So, but they're spraying it because, oh, shut the fuck up. They've been doing it for what, how long now? It's just a goddamn 19 what? Barnstorming years? You got to be focused. You got to reorientate and resituate. Or you stay where the fuck you're at and believe what you want. You know what I'm saying? Let me holler. Let me shout y'all out and get the fuck off of here, man. Stu, what's up, baby girl? Mikey Hill, what's up, beloved? What's good? Hey, T. Hines, what's going on, Cincinnati? All the rest fast lives. You sure are. Oh, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? All his lives, I never grow tired of. I remember. Snoo, baby. But some of it, to stare people crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Pony Locks, greetings to you. How you doing? What's going on, Cincinnati? I can say that one at 10. Either way, it's family. You know what I'm saying? How are you? It's good to have you here, beloved. Yeah, that's for the books. I always buy books. So you can see that I've got tons of books I'm always going to read. So when we're going to get off of here and come back around 12 o'clock, and we're going to get right into it. Lands of Mars, we're done with. I was hoping that we would have the fourth book. We don't. So when we get it, we will pick right up from the Lands of Mars as far as Nos Confounded by Claudio Nocelli. We'll get right back into that. The people from across the wall, But we'll start with the Gods of Eden. I need to get back for the ladies, the American Covenant, Women of Lemuria, and the Hathor material. I believe it's important to keep on that with that, but I really wanted to get, when we get that book, we're going to get into Anastasia and get into the land of Tartary and all the different things that are conscripted, because they're pretty good writings, and I think it will, like Heaven Bearers, you will enjoy having a little ensemble of what went on beforehand compared to what's been laid out. And we know there's always misinterpretation and reinterpretation to keep people kind of in the whims of the dark place. So I'll do my best with that, but I'm going to be reading that firsthand with you, regardless of my PDF. And in fact, the whole book, damn near, the original book is like damn near a little over $1,000, y'all. So anyway, so we'll be able to have Henry Crane and all that. Miss, what's the name? Miss, C, whatever. Well, anyway, we'll continue with the books. I've got a ton of information in my head. And then from there, I really want to read some of these poems in this book that I have here. But it's going to be hard for you, some of y'all, to grasp it. But this is the Regis poem of Halliwell manuscript. Because y'all know I listen to a lot of Manny P. Hall. I still listen to a lot of his stuff for hours. I mean, I will walk through the house and be on both floors playing. I know people outside are going, this nigga's crazy. But anyway, whatever. Broken Column Masonic series. Yeah, it's an eye opener, okay? It's into how people become stupid. Anywho, so I really want to read some of that, but we'll wait for that. I'm not gonna sit there and just throw that out there like that. I'm just putting it in your face because I've already told you, and we'll also get to, I was playing that game. I'll talk about that here in a minute. The Gospel of the Holy 12, an original and complete gospel written down and published by late Reverend G.J. Ousley. And this is a good while ago, and the Immaculate Conception, all that shit of Jesus the Christ, and yeah, I really want to read this to you guys. This is when you want to have a better understanding of something, you need to read the shit or the things that they've done, whether it be the nativity of Jesus the Christ, the manifestation of Jesus to the Magi. We've already covered the Magi. Even in Star Wars, if you pay attention to midichlorians, the Magi, the clones, the source, the preaching of John the Baptist, everything. But this is different. And I would like to read it along with the Broken Column Masonic with their poems. So I haven't really figured out how to do that yet. Some things come natural to me, but when I want to cross-reference something, that I have to find the right poems that be fit. I'll be quick. You know what I'm saying? Some of the narratives painted into why I disdain religion and cults and all this other shit, because they're all practical lines. And if you can't see that now, that's on you. But there are things that can be utilized. That's just what we just did with the Science of the Sacred Secretion. Or we get into Flatlanders and a few other books that help you qualify and quantify how powerful you truly are. While other people are being given parameters and know that, but they're being given good things. They're in underground caverns with fresher air and better water, and they're not dealing with the perversions up here and the poisons and toxins. They will probably live a lot longer than you, a lot longer, because of that. So they can carry out the next step, the next order, if things are to go the way, in the direction that they are going. You won't make it to 60 or 70. They will probably live to 200, 300 years. You subjugated yourself to because you didn't choose to make better choices. I don't give a fuck what crayon color you believe you are, what level of stupidity that you think makes you so intelligent when you haven't even stepped into your first unartificial way of living. Everything else is artificial. Paying rent, buying shit to eat that ain't no good for you. Talking about your indigenous, but talking about I'm going to a barbecue, eat chicken, hot dogs, and motherfucking pork sausages. And then wearing weave and all that synthetic shit in your hair, talking about I'm a queen and matriarch and all that. And I'm the ones that be talking the most. I said, well, no wonder they got all that shit on their head, wearing all that fake ass shit come from these damn new age Asiatic motherfuckers. We're not Asiatic at all, but a remnant of a great number. That's like when they brought that dumb bitch, Sanger, I got her book, to start eradicating the black race. First thing they did was lie about our numbers. And dumb niggas followed them, listening to these worthless ass pastors and preachers and deacons and these worthless fucktards. We outnumbered everybody for the longest time. Now we got monkeys running around eating ranch dressing sandwiches with all kind of GMO shit. Young and broken, probably got a pale skinned dahlia. I'm not hitting on it saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying the world of internet and all the other dumb stuff, so they can watch and study, so they can see people like me and you. The children are destroyed. Not all, because there are many young ones who are getting it together, but they need more guidance. They could have been over here watching a long time ago. I'd have cleaned it up a lot more too, which is no problem. It's easy to do. I can get rid of all the old videos. No problem at all. You see, I always have an empty hourglass. It means time's up. You see the scale? It doesn't matter what's going on, who's doing what, shooting who, or this, that, and the other. There's a balance to everything. They'll never know it. They'll never figure it out. Nobody will ever tell them. Just all this shit done for nothing. All of it. But when you have sick people in the positions that they're in, that you motherfuckers allowed it because you don't want to read the Constitution, know what your ancestors created. You don't want to know what the Bill of Rights, which they mitigate the change to create these different facsimiles that fuck everything up. But you don't want it. Has it made any sense to you how is Biden still in office? And I ain't talking about Kamala because she's dumber than that motherfucker. But I'm saying is, how? Billions. They're talking about shutting down the White House, but still supporting billions of dollars for the war and paying everybody in Ukraine salaries while yours and even in the military are not. These motherfuckers don't care. They're not who you think they are. But you're not saying shit. You ain't calling them worthless ass congressmen or they little puppet motherfuckers put in place who ain't gonna send a message to them because and voicing your opinion so that at least they can hear, huh? No, they still have dumb motherfuckers in costumes riding around intimidating, fucking with people when they should say, fuck this shit. But because you do have some bad people out here, they're still fucking with the people they're supposed to be who growing up in the same country. And now they're going to be bringing foreigners in because some of these motherfuckers got the jabs. I'm just saying, look at the whole thing. These motherfuckers, and they sit there watching. They watch like me. The motherfuckers watching. The good ones I know and the bad ones who are sitting there going, trying to figure out a way to come up with something. I would advise the motherfuckers to slow down, but to each his own. We got hard hitters. That's all I can say. And that's all I'm going to fucking say. See, I'm supposed to look like I'm to myself, by myself, far from it. But and it's just the way it's supposed to work. And whenever I talk to somebody, we make sure that certain communicate is avoided. With certain things, certain vehicles, we watch everything. And we should talk when we need to shit talk. That's all I'm gonna say to that. Anywho, you motherfuckers though, y'all are wide the fuck open. Y'all noses about this goddamn big. You just need to put some big ass brontosaurus bone through the motherfucker. Some of y'all just don't know how to shut the fuck up. And you don't even know what you're talking about. And they like that because they can hear more. Me, I purposely do certain things to keep the scent off. But I don't have to keep the scent off. But the thing is, that hoping you can see it so that way you can not marginalize yourselves, you can do the same thing and being equitable in communication and conversation where you can actually gain something instead of just a proprietor just throwing everything out there. Don't do it. Sometimes just fucking listen. Take heed, be more but informative. Don't walk around with your shit always in your fucking pocket. Dudes, that's why your sperm count's so low. Women, your titties is probably sagging because you got cell phone. Because I seen the motherfuckers in the ghetto with the cell phone up in by the titty. And I'm like, well, you probably going to get that lobbed off in a month. And on your back pocket and wondering why your ass so flat. I ain't never met a sister in my life until motherfucking in 2000 that had flat asses. And I was like, nigga, you ain't from here. Even in the description of our women, that's why I say Mongols and Mongolians, you shut it up. And you got a bunch of pale-skinned Spanish motherfuckers running around with big asses because that's the bloodline coming back about you. Because I've got drawings of pale-skinned women, even nudes. Yeah, they asses all from Europe, Russia, I don't give a fuck. Germany all had flat asses. Or a little hump on it. Now, that right there comes from our bloodline. I don't give a fuck how you want to be walking around looking at my fair skin. That's ugly to fucking me, honestly. And to a lot of us, it's ugly. But regardless of that, just like our skin might be ugly to some of you retarded motherfuckers who don't know how you are with them thick thighs, thinking that you're doing a booty up is making your butt big. You stupid, that's mud. Fat is what gives you all them features. Muscle, if you're going to look at that, go look at them steroid bitches running around, they got the butt implant. Don't even know who the fuck you is. Hold on. Okay. I ain't 1999, 2000, something like that. I ain't until that's when I started seeing pale-skinned women with booties on them in Florida and all this. I was like, what the fuck? I know about the fat injections and the fix-a-flat, but now it seems like it's predominantly over there. And sisters, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Oh, that's right. Not everybody's eating collard green, turnip greens, beans, cooked in iron skillets. You eating all that Teflon and shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not eating hot water cornbread, taking red clay every once in a while. We was having a big conversation about that, which I've discussed numerous times in numerous videos a year ago, and even up to last year, this beginning of this year, talking about red clay and how it used to be given to my grandmother with the egg and the rawhide belt with the sticks and the stones and chicken bones, all that shit. Chicken bones was because we used to kill chickens. We raised our chickens. Our chickens weren't coming from them goddamn Purdue and all that shit. Tyson and all that shit's been around since I was legit. No, our chickens were in the yard, man. Our chickens, we ain't feed the chicken shit. They had a mound of motherfucking dirt and all kind of worms and ants and bugs and shit. Our chicken was some little motherfuckers. We used to have the 2 nails sticking out the tree stump, right? We had the one for chopping wood, right? But we used to put that motherfucking head right between there. I used to chop the head off and let the thing flap around, the blood run out, and all the kids chasing the little chicken around. And then we pluck it and hot water pluck it, and then gut it and everything, and mama get it and flap it out, put it in the thing, hit it with the seasoning and everything. Really no flour at that time. Fried in the motherfucking the beef it was beef fat, if I remember right. Beef and pork fat, but like a lard, like not the lard you buy. That shit is fucking. That was some bad shit. When them fucking fake Ashkenazis started creating that shit with them scientists, that shit was no good. But from the actual animal fat, we didn't fuck with vegetable oil. No. Because vegetables don't make oil. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, we knew that was chemical. Mom was like, no, we don't eat. No, vegetables don't make oil. We don't eat that shit. But because of who he was, salting fish, salting beef, even salting pork, put it in barrels, no water, no ice, no nothing. It should be there for years. And the big ass like barrels you see with wine, blackened and all that charcoal the fuck out. That's how we kept our stuff. With a fucking regular lid on it and some like tart thing. That's it. Jimmy, go downstairs and get a couple pounds of fish and some some beef. And shit look like raw, like dried shit. And she pick it up there and pop it in the water, get it going in the stews and stuff. Cause that's how we ate it, with a lot of vegetables. People don't eat like that. People don't eat like that no more. So women, that's how you lost your ass. Damn, belly's bigger than your fucking ass. That's chemicals. And gas. Some of y'all need to take a serious fart and stop holding it in because you stink anyway. Just let the shit out. Just let it out. I don't care if you got to do like that dude with that video I shared with the little dog, sitting the poor little doggy. And that motherfucker sounded like a burrito, a couple of tacos, and some enchiladas with some bok choy that came out his ass. And he needed to go wipe after that, because when y'all fart like that and it make bubbly sounds and shit, you got a whole lot of mist and brown. You can spray paint shit coming out your ass. So don't think it's all sweet, because you know what, lay there and the funk and everything, because you know that's some dead shit. And that shit was funny though. But anyway, the poor dog just traumatized. Now they see that dog, you go, come here, Fido, and that motherfucker look at you like, nah. You know, you need to give Tony voiceover for that one. Maybe Snoop can do it. But anywho, right? What I'm saying is, chemicals fucked our people up. It's almost as if they designed the chemicals to reverse everything. It doesn't make it better for anybody. No, there's still some sisters with some nice, beautiful bodies. Don't get it fucked up. I'm not saying plural, motherfuckers, but I'm saying I never seen it. So even in high school, all the sisters had nice little asses on them. Had a little nice boobies, got third, junior, senior year. God damn. Like for real. Like, some of them had shit out to here, like, nigga, what you milking the whole platoon and shit. But anyway, I'm just saying, it wasn't like that. Now, we had our Sicilians. We had those who actually had an idea, who had some dark complexion, that had some nice little bodies. That's different from the narrative we see right now. But even that was steeped a little in ignorance, not so much. What was that? Yeah, you know I'm retarded. Alicia and Cooper, what's going on, beloved? Lindsay Bonham, hi. What's going on, beloved? Everybody's a beloved in here, unless you just choose not to be. You know, I got my brother Rondo, always, man. Mikey, I got my brothers, I always got that. All my brothers, Nothing but love. Remember, way back when we used to call Asian folks with the slanted eyes Orientals. Oh, that went that way. It's ignorance. It's like anything right now. People still call themselves black. That's stupidity. This is Asia superior. All right? Everything has been taken. In order for them to create it, just know this, and we're not going to speak on it no more. In order for them to create a new world order, which is really a perversion, they have to have everything down to its minute, out of order. I wouldn't even worry about them, because they're a remnant of our people. This is what we need to accept so we can move beyond that. Because a lot of people in these so-called black communities in these certain liberal states or whatever the fuck still are holding on to the nigger narrative and all this other dumb shit. I use it as a perversion to deter you, but you might think that I'm glorifying it. No, I'm spitting shit at it. Oriental, Asiatic. First of all, this is Asia superior. What was Oriental really about? It wasn't about a people. It was about a certain way of practice, cultural. It was an environment based on the land of She. Like the island I knew are the Jomad people. See, the Dogon, the Nigeria, a whole lot of folks, but this is something outside of that. We don't need to worry about that shit no more. That's why I'm saying I'm tired of all this new age motherfuckers coming. I've been doing this since 1978, right? The new age stuff is still holding on to the angst and the angry. That's raising cortisol and creating more ignorance and fears, destruction and tearing down. That's why I read that to you, all of you. I'm not singling you out, baby. All of you. So that you can start changing the dynamics and stop approaching shit. Because I look at James Baldwin, I watched all his debates and everything, and he looked at things knowing this stuff. And he was able to address and have discussion with these ignorant motherfuckers who talk with eloquent tongues, like Dr. Umar Johnson and all these dumb sons of bitches. We don't sit there and parlay them. We deal with our people who know this, and we keep sharing that information, and fuck him. You know what I'm saying? With that Pan-African movement, with them Fed-paid goofy niggas, you know? We don't give a fuck about them. So the word Oriental and all that stuff, it applies to everything of Nubia and everything else. Even that of Egyptian, even that never utilized, even that of Tartaria. The problem is we have allowed it to be singled out and constituted certain individuals, and which is pure bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, BJR, what's going on, beloved? If you get where I'm coming from. I just don't like, you know what I'm saying? The Art of War, Hannibal, a story of the Art of War among Carthaginians and Romans down the Battle of account of the Second Punic War. That's only $41? Okay. Nothing's new under the sun. Mr. C, what's going on, beloved? Haven't seen you in a minute. What's that? Herbo? What's up, beloved? Well, we got some new people in the house, some wonderful people too, man. All right, everybody, I love questions, man. But the thing is, some of these things with Six Boss, and some of these things can be addressed in like a whole. I would like to do a podcast on stuff like that. That's a great question too. So because I'm putting an answer out doesn't mean it's a complete answer. But when we look at these things, we look at what Pan-Africans done, we look at what the white nationalists and separatists, we look at the people who created it. And it's the Ashkenazis. When I'm pointing out the certain individual, I'm not going to mention this motherfucker's name, who created the Ku Klux Klan movement, and I was telling people we already had our own clan, which they assimilated. That's why you saw people with dark skin. People had a hard time dealing with that. And I said, well, we're the original law of this land when they were first coming over here. I said, but you want to deny that? Even in the Western movies, they had us always at the hangman's galley, at the prison houses and everything, until they started incorporating the Brad Pitts and all those Mickey Rooney's and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Clint Eastwood, spaghetti westerns, they had to write us out. It was a systematic shit of removing us from the land, and besides paper genocide by goofy ass Walter Plecker, and who stood with Marcus Garvey and all these foreign motherfuckers, so we still dealing with them in here, interfering with them in this land. And even, but you see how Marcus Garvey died because he didn't accomplish his job. Yeah, we had a couple million lead the land. Fuck them. They went over there, and fuck the betrayers. And at least some of their children know that they came from here, and I respect them. Fuck their coward ass ancestors. And just like Haile Selassie, motherfucker, he left Ethiopia. They brought his ass over there when Italian went and fucked up Ethiopia, which they fought back with help from other people that pushed the goddamn dumbass Italians back, right? And they let them come here and become these big monsters, but they don't tell you about the melanated brothers and sisters and how they was fucking shit up, because you still had the FBI, this fake ass government, terrorizing and using weapons that most of our people didn't have, well, supposedly, and utilizing that to create the NFA and the FBI and all this shit. That's why I don't respect none of them motherfuckers. Don't ever come walking up beside me talking about I'm with the, because you want to push your little emotional state of brokentivity, which I don't give a fuck because I'm far from it. These motherfuckers believe in what they're doing. I know we got good ones still performing the duties until they turn on them. You know, what was that? Revenge of the Sith. You saw how the clones turned on the motherfucking Jedi. These niggas in these costumes, because I know a lot of good ones, they got the motherfuckers working right beside them who keep the smile, laughing, eating donuts, drinking coffee, and turn on their ass and pop two on their fucking head when the time comes. And they get their little Apple phone, say up, and they got a code. Yeah, so we're going to make this call. And that'll happen all at one time. Because these motherfuckers running around beating on their own people, this, that, and the other. They don't get it. They're too stupid to get it because they believe they're part of the motherfucking Blue Lives Matter retarded shit. When them motherfuckers turn on their ass and they learn the hard way, because by that time they haven't really, because they all motherfucking, in gear and steroids and all that other stuff, testosterone, their ass be asleep, and they won't be able to fight back nothing after they'll get the answer for the shit they've been feared doing with their dumbass selves. That's why so many of them are committing suicide. I didn't take that curse back either. For the word, they call it a curse. It's not what it is. When one has no reason for anxiety to rise, run fast in place. That's what it always takes. But you could be chemically hampered too, where the damage could be slow or something put in you to hold you even in the places where you feel you're making gains. Something could change. Well, I don't have a real lock on it. There's a lot of communication still going on about some things because they're looking at some of us that have been affected by some of that shit by these fake ass doctors. That's why whenever we see a doctor, we take their names and we take their information and they didn't research it and they say, okay, that's not the motherfucker's real name. Every doctor I dealt with over in Cashapp or Salt Lake City, they have all their fucking names and who they are, pictures of them that I took. They have all that. All that. Even that motherfucker that did the surgery, right? They didn't cure me. Time and me changing and eating moringa and this, that, and other shakes and meditation is what cured me. They didn't care a fuck. They didn't even know what it was. It was the Ethiopian doctor says, Mr. Ranch, you wore poison. Everybody else with the Hindu sloppy fuck with the big blonde from Sweden, Holga looking bitch, and all them dumb monkey asses walking around. Even after the 5th day I was there, even the chefs wanted to come and meet me. They were like, what is this guy eating? We saw some of the writing. Somebody said, this guy got a diet. They came to get the chefs in this best motherfucking cardiovac came to me to find out what the fuck's I hope they didn't get fired because then what should we eat and what should we cook? I says, you don't have to spend crazy. Just get non-GMO. I says, you'd be surprised that you can have your own fish growing your own, as long as if you got about 60 acres, you can create an environment where even the salmon, the silver salmon, before they become polka red salmon, you know, when they're spawning, before they die, you can have 60 acres. And you can create a riverbed and create laps of where the riverbed runs up and down using groundwater, because you'd be surprised when you hit the right peak in the ground, in the mountainous water, that water will run forever coming from the depths. Gravity my ass. This is a fact. And you can have your own stream where it's going to be like 300 feet wide. You can build this on 60 acres. And you can go and get your own salmon all the time, even having flounder in the bottom of that, depending on how far you want to go down, at least 14 to 25 feet. You can create this. They're like, what do you mean? I says, you don't have to buy fish from nowhere. You can even close the environment. And I said, but that's all I'm going to say to that. And I said, but as far as diet, I will write down, and every day that I was there after that, I wrote down different meals that are inexpensive that can help the body consummate to repair and heal. I know once I left, they might have got rid of them. Okay? That's how stupid they are. Behind heraldry and coat of arms, and the certain symbols did we create it, and was it stolen from us? First of all, coat of arms. We had them here. When you have a group to fight something outside, Tartary was to fight something. They don't want you to know that. That's why I'm reading what I'm reading. Whether people believe it or not. There's something else here regardless. And if you're blind, that means that they can hide from you. You're not looking for them. Coat of arms is just the other way of saying the ranks and this different thing of organization of who is who to do what. You know, we have niggas who are talking very good about the Muskoke and the Yama Nation and all the people involved. But what they're doing is they're making people believe in the Jewish Hollywood narrative and not looking beyond that. And I keep telling you people, we didn't run around in buckskins and shit. When I told people that our people wore wool, cotton, and motherfucking hemp clothes, a fact, suits, not running. Ceremonial was different. Ceremonial was damn near butt naked. We weren't perverse. We weren't fucked up. Coat of arms only means it's like a signature of this is Star Force. Like, we're here to fight these things. This is what we've been equipped for with these equipments. And that's what it was for. We'll get to that in a lot of readings. But the thing is, the narrative that changed later, that's how Rockefeller got their names. When they were fleeing from a horse, supposedly, where was injured and the guy broke his neck falling off the horse, and they received the papers, which he was attempting to get it to those enclaves of fucking Ashkenaz. When they had to flee, running out of, Bulgaria, I think, if I remember right, I could be wrong, Bulgaria, I think, there was a tavern, and it had a guy what y'all consider Moorish, with a white bandana on his head, and it had Rockefeller in that language. They took that name and they went to a different land and they kept doing what they've been doing. That's not their fucking name, and that's not who they are. They are a problem. You see what they did to their nephew who wanted to sell the boats, sell the seas and shit. They killed him. He didn't want no part of this shit. Look at the woman. You can't make this shit up. All right? They even sitting there with the police. Will you shoot your grandma or if they get in the way? These motherfuckers gotta sit there and go, yeah, just have a fucking job. What kind of morbid, sick motherfucker? And this is what I'm talking about. But see, the thing is, they're making a choice, something they're gonna have to atone for. I don't give a fuck what you believe. I don't care about your goddamn religions and everything. What I'm saying is bigger than you can even fucking all the bastards is running around doing the sick shit they doing, believing in what they allowed to see. It's beyond even that paradigm. It's far beyond that. It's way, stop thinking you know. Just stop. Some of your questions, all questions are good, but sometimes you need to, some questions don't need to be asked because you need to let your brain first adapt and get fucking clean. But the coat of arms, yeah, dog, it's a different period of time. It has nothing to do with bullshit narrative that's been painted. It's pure bullshit. They've weaponized it in a way that's fucked up. But it's good. That's a good question, though. You know what I'm saying? $6. Apples, we were like, yeah. I've seen the British England use the lion as symbol, but our lions indigenous to Europe. Lions were everywhere. Lions were everywhere. Hey, James B, what's going on, beloved? Yeah, I'm not bad talking. I'm just saying when we say weave and all that stuff, the things that it's synthetic. The chakra, the seventh. I mean, people they're not aware of all this meditation and cleansing. So I'm not beating them up. I'm just saying it is naturally they should phonetically they should be able to realize that this shit is. But they, it's no good. But they're so dumb the fuck down. They are so much their lower selves. So something that didn't exist. They become a lower self of non-existence and now exists in this temporal. And who's to tell them? They're too ignorant to know better. They're still listening to goofy motherfuckers knowing that music and everything else is at 404, A404, and everything's mitigated to control this, that, and other. They're too dumb to know better. You think any of them are gonna come over here and watch my videos? Fuck them. If we don't use white and black, Six Boss, all right? I don't. If you want to give that energy, give it to someone else. Don't use white over here. Because the majority of them, they're not white. If anything, they're the true black people by the narrative. Bleak, Juan, without, Blanco, you know what I'm saying? Not Blanco, but black, those Proto-German. But, I mean, because you need to put energy where it needs to be at. And so we do not, you see, I really never say it unless I want to express something that's written, and I say pale skin. That's what the fuck it is. Because they're not white. This is fucking white. And until we start realizing that and stop playing the game that these motherfuckers created, we're going to keep giving energy to shit that don't need energy. That's what's wrong with our people now. We give energy to shit that don't need energy because we want to fear holding on to something that we ain't supposed to hold on to. You got to remove that shit to remove the energy from it no matter how a motherfucker feels. You dig what I'm saying? All right. See, she said pale faces. We don't call them white. And that YT, don't say that either, baby. That's bullshit. Yo, what's going on, Thoughtless American Arms? Y'all subscribe to that motherfucker. You hear me? You go over there and subscribe to that motherfucking channel. Got some good shit on there. West Side, Mr. C. Yes, right. Blocks my notifications. No, they're doing this to everybody because the shit we're talking about, it's when the weak shit happens. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, that motherfucker came back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure. I sure am, brother. You monkey. That's a Fed who thinks they know some shit and don't know shit. I like when them monkeys come. On babies taking vaccine. No, I'm not going to talk about that here, brother. You should already know where I stand with that. That's a question you asking the right but the wrong one. Now, I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, we could do a podcast on that. Something where we could do a podcast on that because everybody's talking about the goddamn fake vaccine and all that bullshit. And the problem is that they're still giving those shots, and that's the sick thing. The majority of people ain't going to get them. And this is how frugal these motherfuckers are. We'll have that discussion another time. I'm not here to discuss that right now. I need people to step beyond that. So when you get in touch with this motherfucker, you'll have all those answers for yourselves. But we can do a little podcast that's just to entertain the people who are too lazy to wake themselves up. You know, the people who think they know something don't know shit, which is funny. That's comical to say that with this dumb motherfucker calling himself Black Alien. Anyway, that's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, the others are not really hidden. They used to, yeah, whatever they are. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Aguidoy? What's happening? Wadu. Whatever is she? Yeah, I know your ear. Okay. At BL and some fools never learn. It's the funny shit when he says a homeless shelter is like, what the fuck is you talking about? You trying to extrapolate on a history or something, a paradigm you need somebody to speak on or something? What did the motherfucker say though? I gotta go back up and see some of this shit. Motherfucker said, let me see. He said he's a Salvation Army homeless shelter veteran on drugs. What kind of goofy shit? Where'd you get that from, cuz? And he's a Salvation Army homeless shelter veteran on drugs. How many times did you say that? No, that's one time. Okay, and what was the other thing he said? Rice Cube. Anyway, yeah. This is a retarded motherfucker, y'all. Y'all know what to do with motherfuckers like that, right? Hold on. Yeah, he's hold on. I'm gonna take care of this motherfucker right quick, y'all. Yeah, he's gone for good. He'll have another account probably. But I ain't never seen no dumbass shit like that in my life. What in the fuck? Where do these people come from with that goofy shit? What the Now, I don't know if my brother went to some shit like that. Seeing how, he was in Cali and got fucked up on some shit and they had to get his ass back because niggas was looking for him. I guess he was, hitting the pockets or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But far from it, cuz try again. That's some funny shit. I love that shit. Yeah, sure thing. Yeah. Remember they took me down because I was doing a little exercise with the gun. Now I've got over 120 fucking videos of motherfuckers doing weird shit with the gun. Some of the motherfuckers still monetized and everything. They feel some kind of way, these little goofy ass broken agents. You think I'm giving them energy? No, I'm just continuing to rent space in their little monkey heads. You motherfuckers fucked up royally. Oh, but why don't you? Because I reached out to my attorney who wants to stick y'all in the ass. Right now, she's really kind of beating up what's going on with this fake ass government. And a lot of them are pretty pissed off, but she's still an esquire, an attorney. And any veteran that feels like it doesn't matter what you are, what platform, it don't matter. She come after any of you and she wins. So maybe you know what I'm talking about. So if you're sitting here and you want to hold yourselves to your little young bullshit, this is to these motherfuckers watching, then go right ahead. Now, if everything goes as planned as y'all have set it up, because see, not just with shutting down, what happens is now they want to still get paid and motherfuckers want to get paid and they want to get you out of there on the streets and this and another. They want to create chaos here. They need wars on all fronts. Now, we got monkeys on this land right now who are being suited and booted, while you motherfuckers still running around, going to sleep at your job. You ain't got weapons, ammo, or nothing. You ain't got shit. You don't have even a safe storage of food. But you think that everything's just going to blow over like everything? Then none of y'all truly been caught up in a calamity. I mean, a real calamity. It don't work that way. Now, many motherfuckers, I remember being out in Florida when hurricanes came and they didn't board up the windows, this, that, and that, and let the top ones to have some ventilation so that we don't have, you know, blowing out of shit with high winds and stuff like that. Yeah, well, when all the windows blow, the house was fucked up and flooded. Then all of a sudden they want to start boarding their houses up, putting seals and this, that, and the other, and taking the furniture, moving upstairs and leaving. And after some of the old folks that stayed in the houses were drowned and dead, then they were like, okay, well, if it ever comes again, we're gonna. And they realized it was better to have the shit in the garage, board up your fucking home, get the fuck up out of there, move up into the mountains or somewhere. Then when it's all past, said and done, then you come back down. See, this is what I'm talking about. You lazy niggas are always the ones getting caught out there. Well, I think it's a little too late. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, yeah. You remember I showed you the channel of the little monkey? A gamer. A peckerwood. A fake gamer, too. Probably that's the page just to litigate that. And then probably a goofy-ass fed thinking he's talking about something like he knows something, don't know shit. And that's the funny thing to which I love the most. Y'all know how I am with even sugar. I can't stand fucking sugar. Like, that's a goofy motherfucker, y'all. But they're going to say whatever they're going to say. Let them have at it. Just dismiss their ass. Y'all can report the motherfucker too. Say harassment or spam or whatever the fuck. And they keep coming back with different accounts. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look. Y'all can donate to the book joints. All right? And I'm hopefully, isn't it Friday? I'm supposed to be getting let me make sure, guys. I'm gonna go to Amazon right quick while you're here. I just want to make sure. Why does it got me logged out? I'm supposed to keep. It's supposed to keep me logged in. I didn't say, motherfuckers. Excuse my French. Okay. I don't need to be logged out. They got all this information, to which I don't care. Orders. All right. So, arriving October 11th. The Ring Cedars. Arriving today. Oh shit! By 8 p.m. Okay, tonight. So I get it tomorrow. Hidden Lands Beyond the Antarctic. So I'll be able to hopefully. If I get it in the morning, I might be able to read it tomorrow. So it might be a little, I might go over there and see if they put it in or in the box. Key. And if I get that, now the other one's supposed to be arriving after they ring the bells off and shit. At least we can get a couple of chapters, right? And I got a few other books I'm not going to say here. Ain't none of your business. I'll show you what I want to show you. You know how I break the books out on your asses. Shut up. Appreciate, man. Homeboy came out motherfucking pocket, man. I was like, God damn. I ordered about 4 books, and then I ordered 2 more books, and then I said, wait, let me get several books that day. Like, for that one alone, for the 2 of those books together, Antarctica and the Ring and Cedars, that was 60-something, was like $101. And then I went ahead and that was what I paid, 50-something besides that. And then I said, well, I had the other little stuff because he gave 130, and I was like, fuck that. And I went ahead and ordered 3 more books with that. One's 19. Remember I was talking about them? If you remember the ones I was talking about, you can go back and watch the videos. Another one was like 20-something, and another one was. So I said, shit. Oh yeah, we can run that together with the which card. And I said, 1 more book. I got the other book, which was like 65. Another book for 65 that I shared with y'all some time ago. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna get them right now. Ordered them bitches in that. Yasin Zayaka. Y'all need to stop with them names, y'all. Y'all just put your regular fucking name up there, people. You're discredited. I'm gonna help y'all getting the Hebrew movements and this, that, and other. What you're doing is discredit yourself. You're gonna have your children calling you this shit. When it comes to land patterns and this, that, and other, if things don't go the way they perceive it, you're fucking up your history. Stop with all this Pan-African, Europeanized. This is the shit that they need that's out of the order. My name is James Charles Branch the fucking 4th. Nicknames James Lucifer Wooten, based on family dynamics and being called such. All right, Branch the fucking 4th. 2 last surnames. All right, my nickname Lucifer for a fucking reason, and James, which means royalty, motherfuckers. It's beyond the scope of what you can understand. So stop with all these goddamn terms and names that you make and change them back to who the fuck you are. sharing good news, and here y'all, every time I turn around, Yakazaya, Papataya. We're not even in the land of Tartary no more, which we are. The Republic. That's why we're the original Republicans. God damn it, be smarter than the system. Y'all come with all these names like that's supposed to make you something better. No, you make you something better. God damn it. Them names show how fucking funny y'all become. What about Homer and Shova? My great-grandmother, Bettina Lean, called me, nicknamed me Homer and Shova. It's the first time I thought it was a regular English word. And she says, no, this is my ancestors' language, which don't speak around your grandma. She might get a little infurious. And there's a reason why your mama was trying to kill you. Because I was, for weeks on out, in and on out, on Grove Street in Montclair, New Jersey. They don't have them no more, playing with a red fucking fox in the backyard. She came out there with the 38 long, not snub, I thought it was snub. Grandma had the snub. Came out, so she don't like, mama had hands, she was knocking dudes out, bigger than my hands. Mama Tina. Old Town Winston-Salem, motherfuckers. Black Mountain, Raleigh, goddamn Durham. That's where my family. Texas, Louisiana, all from around there is where my fucking people come from. Right? She went outside, she was gonna shoot that motherfucker. She would have hit me, she said, I'd have took care of you, baby. You wouldn't have died. And I was like, Mama, this is my friend. She said, what this motherfucker ain't, bitch? Well, how long you been playing with it, baby? I don't know. Because I ain't know what a fucking week was at that time. I didn't fucking think about no goddamn week. I was living day to day. I was still alive. A long time, Mama. I was like, I've been playing long. She said, get a switch. I'm going to whoop your ass, boy. You've almost died. That was the first time and the last time she ever whipped me. She saw something. And she called me home in the shoulder. Because of that red fox and the wolf family and everything else, because that's what it is of the family. See, so I go with what fuck was applied to me. When I tell people, because a lot of y'all, you say Anayoya, but do you know what Anayoya means? Wolf, right? The clan, part of that side. That's my mother's side. To which the Dutch married in because of who we were. When you don't know the royalty and the facts of why people married in, it wasn't because they were fucking beautiful. You see what I'm saying? You fucking listen and learn and listen. Stand up on your own two toes and know that you have a tribe, a clan, you have a family. All right? And allow things to become. Allow yourself to become. Allow yourself to be and mitigate what you're supposed to be. I don't care what color you are. Now, if your inferiority complex is hitting you and you're having a hard time dealing with it, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? No, I love y'all. Just know this. About name, oh, my last name is Wosley. Oh, that's a good. My grandmother always told me it's an actual name. It's in pale skin or slave master's name given. Yeah, but Wosley, no, man. No, Wosley, I've heard that name many times. Most of their names are borrowed. It's like a wedding, a matrimony made without it being official. Our people didn't get married. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to pull it up. Because they say it's out of England or London or whatever. You got to remember that the original people of Europe, they named after melanated sister, were Algonquin. Atlanteans, whatever you want to call it, built the great star forts and everything after the fall of Nubia or Egypt, all over Earth. Excuse me. Damn, that's a good one. Now I want to make sure I was spelling it right because there's two ways to spell Wosley, and there's one with the I think it's W-O-L-S-E-L-E-Y, and then there's W-O-S Wosley. There's two different ways, so it depends on how you're spelling it. If that's the correct way, no, trust me, because there were cars, there were all kind of things, companies that were considered Wosley, so it's a cool name too. Because even Sir Charles was Sir Wosley Charles, for those who don't know. I mean, these are things that I'm not reading. I'm just typing in a fucking name. These are things from memory. Because I'm big on people's names, but not big how people think. Because a lot of our parents fucked up. And a lot of things they were taught was bullshit. It's not beating them up or saying they were wrong. They were just wrong as far as the narrative painted. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Here, from Wolseley and Coleridge, Staffs, which is recorded as Wolfa Siglia in 1175. The place name derives from the Old English personal name Wolfsig, genitive Wolsigs, as Old English Leah, wood, woodland, clearing. I'm telling you, that's Algonquin. It's not what people think. So let's stop throwing names around here to there. We are our name. We're not our names. Our names are nothing more than just something to be able to communicate. Other than that, we don't need a fucking name. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, beloved. What I'm saying is, it's baby steps. First, get your fucking self in tune. Fuck those who don't want to. Get yourself in tune and be cool, have coy, and be careful, because it's like a dope fiend. You can't take a dope fiend and take the dope away from them, because they'll drop dead. All these toxins and poisons, you need to rid yourself of to have clarity, because all the information is within you. Here I was reasoning about the criticism, how to reset it, especially on the day of you came into this world, supposedly, or this earth, or ether, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. People got a plethora of different terms and ideologies. This confusion is bad. When I say what I believe it is, I have to say it's what I believe. Fuck the fact of what I know. Baby steps. Just know this, all right? Now, nicknames are nicknames, and they're cool. I'm not saying change them on here, but let the family know what your name actually is, so that way they can say, oh, you might be related. See, that's when I have an issue, is when people come with names, and I'm sitting there going, well, not agents aren't that smart. I don't give a fuck how well they work in the dark and do what they do. They're not. All right? I think that mother was trying to come back, and it's not been a week, motherfucker. Give it a week. That's for that black alien. Give it a week. Let's see how you're doing, bro. I'm not playing. I got a special place on that candle burn that's specifically for you. I'm not in here when that burns. I can't be in here, because then I have fear things upon myself which I cannot illuminate, retreat from, or remove. Even my cat, that's why I've been feeding him with the little squeezy things. I put him in a truck and we ride around until that has burned down. I don't give a fuck if it's damn near half the day. And if I come in the door, I leave it open where the wind blows the candle out. Then I open the back door, holding my breath to let all that out to go into the ethers, or whatever you want to call it, because it has to find you. That's why I give it a week, 2 weeks time. I don't give a fuck where you at and who you think you are. You can be under the ground. You can be 400 feet tall. I don't give a fuck. That's all I'm going to say to that. That's if they're still watching, they decide to come back. If they make it. I really do dabble in this shit. Whatever you want to call it. They dabble in it, but they dabble in another form of it. A real deep perversion of it. Okay? You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate that, Bosley. Six Boss. I call you Six Boss. I kind of like that motherfucker, because you know I'm a kung fu enthusiast. I'm a motherfucker that love it. See, I love my Chinese brothers and sisters. Don't get it fucked up. I just don't like the world that we exist in, where the cooperators sit there and there's all this hate and animosity, and they'll never see this, a lot of them. And so they'll run along and do what they have to do because they've been programmed and conditioned. Just like when I was in the military, we went to war because we listened to this. I didn't like Bush. I got up from the table on lunch. I was on dinner. I was like, I don't want to sit around that motherfucker. But anyway, because I knew better. And people started listening, like, okay, that makes sense. Was it possible? I was like, well, you believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to make you believe nothing else, and I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? But I like the name, bro. It's cool. Everybody's got a beautiful name, and they need to embrace it. You dig what I'm saying? So let me get the fuck off of here. We're at almost 2 fucking hours, and that's just ridiculous. Anyway, I love y'all. For the people who are watching, you can always speak up. I'm not here to tear nobody's head off. I'm here to, we can better ourselves all together. You know what I'm saying? There's a fine line between sanity and insanity as far as the narrative, right? So my beloved sisters, you are the source of power. Our brothers, 2 in 1. We protect that fucking power. Ron Rosley. That's what the fuck's up. And Ron, that ain't nothing but a nigga name. Forget Ron, what's that motherfucker for Happy Days? Ron Howard. Yeah, he's an Ashkenazi. All borrowed fucking terms and names. Okay? Catch y'all here in a couple.